Hey everybody. We are going live today for Coffee Talk. So again, hi, this is a brand new week. It's the middle of July already. I can hardly believe we're already here. But we want to welcome you to Coffee Talk. My name is Nina Means. I'm the director for Austin Community College Fashion Incubator. And this is an opportunity for us to kind of talk about some of the things that are happening in our industry, as well as some things that are happening around the department. And so making this time early in the session to get a chance to share with you what it is that we're up to. It looks like there may be a slight delay on my feed. So if you're getting a bit of a slow play, definitely drop something in the chat to let us know if you're getting a slow read. Typically it's flowing pretty well, but Wi-Fi and bandwidth and all that can make things a bit of a challenge. So it looks like it's speeding up here. My playback looks a lot better. So again, if you missed the earlier portion, I just said my name is Nina Means. I'm the director for Austin Community College Fashion Incubator, and you are watching Coffee Talk. So we like to start off our morning. I'm sitting here in my kitchen, getting the day started here. I'm really getting the week started. We've got a lot of things going on at the Fashion Incubator. The designers just had their on-campus orientation. They've all been virtual since last fall. And so they're just kind of getting situated on campus in studio spaces. They'll be officially moving in here shortly, but we wanted to make sure that they had access to their AccuMark 2D and 3D pattern design software from Gerber Technology, as well as the Adobe Creative Systems here on campus. And so we're really excited to welcome them on to get pretty much like a fast start set up to start using those systems for their collections. They've been using a lot of our cloud-based software, but now they're getting a chance to use our licensed software for Gerber. So thank you again, Gerber Technology, for all that you're doing. And thank you so much to the ACC Fashion Incubator team for making sure that we stay up and running and keep things moving forward. So I am one, but we are an army. So there's a lot of people that make this department go, and we wouldn't really be what we are without that. So want to just take a minute to talk to you a little bit about, today we're going to go a bit more into the current events section because we're seeing a lot of trends that are happening regarding the way that we're shopping and buying retail. And when I saw the topic, our team works with us for kind of content creation and where we're going for our next topics for these. Live streaming. This is something that unexpectedly became a part of my wheelhouse in terms of designing for the screen, designing for television, designing for live streams. Now you can go live pretty much anywhere. You can go live on your LinkedIn. You can go live on your Instagram. You can go live here on YouTube. Lives are happening all over the place on social media. And so what's really exciting about it is that there's a collaborative nature to it. There's a really exciting shift that's happening in terms of how people are shopping. And I think sometimes people don't really know which book they're pulling a page out of. But I wanted to take a quick step back because live streaming feels a bit new for some of our younger generation who are purchasing on these live streams or watching an influencer talk about some of these really unique pieces or special items that they're wanting to promote or share, or things that they've been particularly excited about, or maybe it's a new collection that's going up that they want to share the new drop about how to wear it, how to mix and match it with other pieces, things like that. But I will tell you, we're going to take a step back because some of us will be pretty surprised or maybe just kind of walk down memory lane about where a lot of this live streaming really got started. I mean, we've kind of always had a nature of communicating or receiving information from live things, even as far back as radio. But now we're talking about video projections and kind of the advent of the infomercial, but then kind of this advent of the continuous infomercial, and then being able to engage with that infomercial. So if you guys know QVC, this is really about quality value, for the customer, for a large clientele. And you may remember QVC, if you know it, It's on the cable TV watching folks, not the streamers. For those who had cable TV and knew about QVC or Home Shopping Network, these are places where you could shop live for product that had been prepared specifically for on-air sales. I didn't really understand this until I worked as a designer for product that went on air. So I had the opportunity to work as a designer in New York with a company called XL Brands. And so they had a batch of brands that they'd curated that they would sell exclusively on QVC. And so a lot of this product was created colors, options, some of the styling details, the size ranges that were available. It's very inclusive sizing. So we would always design for 00 all the way up to, I think, 3 or 4X. And so it was really important for us to, and we'd also do petites, and at times we would do tall. So we would have a really wide range of inclusive sizing available for a lot of our products. And so as a designer, we were thinking, okay, I love this jacket, but does this jacket work on all of my sizes from 00 all the way up to 3X? Does every woman look amazing? And do they all look the same whenever they're wearing this product? And so from a designer's perspective, you know, we were really kind of focused on creating product that worked well from kind of a customer satisfaction space. But on top of that, we had an issue of making sure that the colors resonated on screen, not just that the styling worked for the customers. So they would have, you know, models on that would be variety of sizes, variety of backgrounds, different ethnicities that would all be wearing the garments. And that's really kind of this, you know, a lot of the inclusion and diversity and kind of reflecting the customer in those models has been really important. But I would tell you, one of the things that I was always amazed by was just how those colors really popped off screen. So we would make, you know, we would choose those colors, you know, kind of in the palette, but then we'd have to choose colors that would actually be appropriate to go live, to actually go on air. And so you would see how those colors would resonate with a customer or not. They would show different colors and you'd see the sizes that were, you know, fully stocked, and then they would kind of turn to yellow whenever they were selling out, and then they would turn red whenever they were completely gone, and then that was it. There was never an opportunity for you to go back and get that style again. Very rarely would they bring a style back. And so there's a lot of excitement that's been created in this live stream, this live activity of shopping that wasn't really there before. You're like, oh, you know, if I really want that color and that color seems like a really exciting color, now I'm seeing that other people are also interested in that color, and I'm seeing the sizes go, I'm seeing the colors disappear. And as they're showing the product, the host is kind of going over the details and telling us how many units are left, how many opportunities I have to buy are left. And there's almost an auctioneer's experience of like, it's almost gone, it's almost gone, it's almost gone. And sure enough, you know, women, men, people all across the country are whipping out their credit cards, calling in or, you know, purchasing online or what have you, and snatching, you know, these jackets and dresses and scarves and kitchen utensils, whatever it was that they were selling off, you know, out of the inventory. And so as these things are happening, they're literally checking them off one by one. So imagine what happens with the excitement that happens with something like this. There's a lot of engagement with the audience, even taking questions from the audience about the products. And so take this from QVC, which is, you know, maybe it's a baby boomers generation, you know, that they're used to seeing this, or maybe Gen X even, you know, used to seeing, you know, this kind of shopping experience. But now we want to translate that into more of a millennial Gen Z version. And now we're seeing a lot more uptake in terms of live stream shopping again, but in a refresh in some of these social media spaces where an influencer is pretty much doing the same thing. They're creating excitement around the product. They're telling you how to use it, where to use it, where they may have used it last. They are kind of making sure that the product really shines on camera. So the details, the colors, you know, all the usefulness, who's wearing it, really cool, aspirational appearance, or someone who looks very everyday and very approachable. It just depends on the brand. And so really getting a chance to connect with the consumer more directly, sometimes taking a call or a chat or a question and engaging that way. And so these are all really key components of that live stream activity, that live stream experience. And guys, it is trending. It is going up. I will tell you, in Asia, it is like going through the roof. I know whenever I used to be in, when I was designing in New York, we sold directly for it's right here. We sold directly for QVC in North America. But while I was there, we were also expanding to Europe and Asia. And Asia had already taken it up. There was already a significant presence in Japan and China. And so there was a lot of growth happening in those regions. But, you know, as we were kind of expanding the products into these new spaces, it really became obvious that there was still, you know, an excitement and hunger for this kind of live experience. And so I think a lot of people have started to kind of pull a page out of the HSN and QVC book and have refreshed a lot of that experience into more contemporary, youthful, influencers doing the talks, making sure that the colors and the design details that I kind of shared with you earlier really resonate on air. But also looking at, a lot more like, what does the engagement look like here? What does user-generated content look like here? What kind of models? Do you have models? Does that work in this space? And so there's a lot of shifting, but live stream, live shopping is actually something that I wasn't expecting to have as much experience in as I do. However, it's really transformed the way that I see what's possible there. And I think, if people are thinking in the sense of like, oh, I don't know if live streaming is for me, let me tell you, it is very profitable. And QVC and HSN are laughing their way all the way to the bank. I can't tell you about the details of their numbers just from having worked there in the past. However, I will tell you that it is a good business. Livestream is definitely taking note of that. And so I think you'll see a lot of growth in that area, but it's already taking place. I know that we've seen some local brands here in Austin, like Amberleaf, use the live streaming platform, and they sold on live stream for their, coat collection and dress collection in China. And I believe they told me at one point they had nearly 10,000 viewers and shoppers on their live stream at one time. So, for a day-long event, 10,000 shoppers, that's really exciting. And to be able to do that really from anywhere, any setup that you created now makes you that much more accessible. And so we're looking forward to, working with that in our own space, being at the Fashion Incubator, creating opportunities for designers to go live and to sell live virtually, and to be able to connect with customers from around the globe. This really takes your brand, your space, your website, or your specialty store business, or what have you, and it really propels you into a new space altogether. So we're really excited about what's possible. We know that there's a lot of growth here, and we can't wait to share with you more. So guys, if you're curious about this article, Women's Wear Daily, you'd have to have unfortunately, you have to have a login for it. However, you can look up anything regarding live stream and captivated retail in other spaces online. So looking forward to talking with you guys more about it. Keep posted. We have Designers in Residence Cohort 2 loading, as well as our new workforce education series. So if you haven't seen our Wednesday sessions with Michelle Washington for our workshop Wednesdays, this is when we're going to really get a chance to share with you a lot more about our workforce education series and what's coming down the pike. So again, guys, technical design is loading. We will be doing a deep dive with technical design over the next 10 weeks, and we'll get a chance to share a little bit more. So feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to talk with you about where you're going. We've got a few emails that we're getting back to early this week from people who are interested in the classes, people who are interested in the programs, and we want to thank you so much for your engagement engagement with the Fashion Incubator. So guys, have a wonderful week and we'll catch up with you soon. All right, take care.